so kissable and poisonous. I know she won't be good for me, but I don't care, 'cause I know it's so rare for a guy like me to get a chance with a girl like her. And I won't waste that chance, 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 waste that chance. She got me like.
Good morning, everyone! Welcome back to the channel. For those of you new around here, my name is Danny and I am so not an expert. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning. It is absolutely gorgeous outside right now, but boy, it is going to turn nasty later this week. I'm up here in northern Illinois, a southwest suburb of Chicago, and for those of you in the Midwest this week, please be careful. If you have any medical issues or health issues, try to stay indoors because we're going to get some nasty heat this week. And I know for me, I don't have a lot of medical issues, but I do have asthma and it is hard to breathe in the warmer air. So for those of you who have that same issue, please be careful out there and check on those of your loved ones that have some health issues this week. Make sure they're okay. Maybe head out to a cooling center if you've got one in your area. Just try to stay as safe as you can. Alright, so today is going to be an exciting day because we're going to be working on some WIPs and UFOs. Okay, just making sure my audio was working. Some issues last week. So this week we're going to be working on a WIP UFO. I've got that set up here, but before we get started with that, you guys might notice some boxes over here. A couple weeks ago, you guys asked me to show you some of the prizes that you can win by turning in your thimbles for free notions or fat quarters. So I've got a couple of boxes here. I want to show you what's in some of those boxes. I'm not going to show you everything because then it wouldn't be a surprise, but I'll pick out a couple of pieces just to give you guys kind of an idea of what you can win. For those of you who are new to the channel, let me explain to you really quickly what the Thimbles program is. You can see there's a little explanation down here in the corner. The Thimbles program is basically just a points program. It's my way of saying thank you for spending the day with me. Not the whole day, but spending the morning with me, hanging out here, having a great time. So if you are a subscriber to the channel, you are earning some thimbles just for watching. I think it's like 25 thimbles for every 5 minutes that you watch. If you're participating in chat, you're earning a couple more, 2, 3 thimbles, something like that, I think. But the best way to earn those thimbles is to play some of the games that we have in chat. We've got 2 games right now. The first one is a slots machine game. It's just basically a luck of the draw. You do exclamation point slots, space, and then the amount of thimbles that you're willing to risk. But be careful because you can lose those thimbles just as easily as you can win them. But you can win quite a few thimbles. We've had people that have won 12, 15, 30,000 thimbles just in one roll. So good luck to you on that game. The other game we have is the heist game. This is just, again, it's another luck of the draw kind of thing. You enter in by doing exclamation point heist, space, and then the amount of thimbles that you're willing to risk, and then everybody joins in, and then the computer randomly selects winners, and they earn 50% more of whatever they've participated in, 50 to 75% more of whatever they've put in. So good luck to you if you're going to be playing that game as well. But let me go ahead and show you what a couple of the notions are that you might win. I've also grabbed one of my boxes of fat quarters, so I can just pull out a couple of those just so you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at, okay? To redeem any of these prizes, you're going to do exclamation point redeem, space, and then the code for what you want to win. And those codes are listed down here. You can also do exclamation point prizes in chat and it'll give you those codes as well. Just make sure that I see the redemption show up on the screen, and then you'll need to email me with your mailing address so I can get that off to you in the mail. I mail them out once a month, so then that way you can keep redeeming them every week until the end of the month, and I can mail them all to you at one time. I will pop into chat and say good morning to everybody really quickly. Let me do that first, and then we will show you what's in these boxes. There was a brand new subscriber that was very first on the channel this morning. Good morning, Jean. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is so good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad to see that you were one of the first ones in there. They get a special shout out, whoever's the first one in chat in the morning. So hello. Hi, Judy. Good morning. It is so good to see you again. Thanks so much for joining us. Hi, Terry. I see you changed your name there a little bit, probably for your channel. If you guys haven't already, make sure you go check out Terry. She does a lot of really fun, cool stuff over there. She collects sewing machines machines, so she likes to show everybody off, show those off a lot, so that's a lot of fun. Hi Deb, it's so good to see you again. Thanks so much for coming back. I'm so glad to see you. Hi Kathy, good morning. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Hello. Hi Gladys, good morning. Thanks again. Katie, hi Katie, good morning. I hope the weather by you is as nice as it is by me. Good morning, good morning. Hi Chloe, good morning. It's so good to see you. And Chloe, thank you so much for joining us yesterday on Sean's channel. Speaking of which, I wanted to give a great big thanks to Sean for allowing me to join his channel yesterday, the guy who sews. If you're not already a subscriber of his channel, please go over there and check it out. Do ! Sean, that's S-E-A-N, in chat, and go give him a subscribe over there. We had so much fun over there on his live stream yesterday morning. It was super early for me, but that's okay. I had a lot of fun. So thanks so much to him for letting me join. Hi Dawn, I saw you yesterday too. Good morning. Dawn said that I'm one of her favorites. And Dawn, you are one of my favorites as well. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciated that. Thank you. She says, whoa, I was chatting away on the wrong scheduled live stream. That's so funny, so funny. Oops, I hope it was one of ours. Good morning. I'm just scrolling through. Hi, Melina. Good morning. Thank you so much. She says she got her notions. Oh, that's great, Melina. I hope they're useful for you. I hope you enjoy them. Good morning. Hi, Gazelle. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's so good to see you guys. Terry, thanks for throwing that link up there for Sean's channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Our moderator, Lucas, is not here again this morning. You guys know he does have a summer job that keeps him away Sunday mornings. He teaches little kids how to swim. It's so cute. So he's teaching them. He's actually going to be done with his... he'll be done working about 12:30, so I don't think that he's going to be able to make it on the stream, but once the summer's over, he'll be back again with us. So I've told him before, work is way more important than the channel is, so he needs to focus on that instead of being here. But every time he is here, he's a great help. He's a lot of fun. He knows nothing at all about sewing, but he still has a lot of fun with us anyway, so we look forward to hanging out with him. All right, so let me pop into here, pop into these boxes and show you what I've got. So this box here is my notions box. Now what I do is every time I get a project box or I order supplies for myself and I order extras, if I have extras of something or something that I don't think that I'm going to be using, I'll throw it in this box, and then that way when you guys redeem your notions, I'll just come in here and randomly select stuff. Now I will tell you this, when you redeem your notions, you're not just going to get one, okay? I am not going to spend the postage to just send you one. Now I will send, I shouldn't say that. I do that sometimes if the notion that you're receiving is a pretty expensive notion, then you'll probably only get the one. But if they're little ones, then you usually get 2 or 3 of them that I throw in there. So let me show you what a couple of these are, okay? Let me see. Well, here's a really big one. So this one would be something that you would just receive by itself. This is a full spool of thread. This is Coats cotton. It's 100% cotton thread. It's made for quilting. And this is a variegated thread. I bought a couple of boxes of this thread that I needed for a project, and it turned out I had a couple of extras that I'm probably not going to use, so I went ahead and I threw them in this box. Maybe you'll get that. Who knows? There's a thing of needles in here. I accidentally bought the wrong size needles, and I don't use these. So I'm going to, rather than return them, I threw them in the box here, and you might get this. Let's see. Some of the fun little ones that you might get a water erasable pencil by Yoke. It's a white chalk pencil. I use this all the time for my marking, and I really like the use of it, so I bought a whole big box of them. So I've got a bunch of them in here. One of the ones that I know Sandra Kay has mentioned on her channel that she absolutely loves is these little bobbin clips. These actually hold the bobbin closed. I've got a couple of them here because I use them myself. I've got a couple of bobbins here that I use to keep the threads from spinning out. These actually clip together. They're really cool. I didn't know this. Sandra's actually the one that showed it to me. But they actually clip together. Let me see if I can do this. Here, hang on. They got little clips on them. So you can actually clip them together to keep them all together. So if you have multiple bobbins with the same colors, you can keep them clipped together. You can do 2 or 3 of them. I've got more of them here. Usually I only give away one, but if you know, earn multiple times, you might get multiple ones. But so you can just kind of clip them all together. It's kind of fun. Something new and something different. So I've got those in here. I've got, you guys know I use him a lot. I've got a bunch of Jacks in here. A bunch of them are in here. Which we have decided that Jack has now become the co-host of this particular channel. So he will now be referred to as the co-host. I've got some purple thingamajigs. in here, so you might get one of those. Let's see. I got just a bunch of, I got pens. there's a bunch of stuff in here. Again, I don't want to show you everything that's in here, but you guys get an idea. There's some, these are clips that go around your thread folders, things like that. So these are just a couple of things. Kelly says she came over from Shannon's live. Good morning, Kelly. Hi, how are ya? Thanks so much for joining us today. Hello, hello. So these are just a couple of things that you could possibly win. Now I don't actually let you guys pick what you get. I just randomly grab stuff, and I try to grab different stuff. So if you redeem your Notions prize multiple weeks in a row, I try to make sure that I'm not giving you the same thing every time. So this box here, this is one of 4. This is one of 4 boxes of fat quarters that I have been collecting for the last couple of years. So I'm just going to show you a couple of them just so you guys can get kind of an idea. I have got printed ones. Okay, these are all the printed ones. I've got 2 more boxes of batik ones as well that I also give out. Now, if you redeem a fat quarter, you only get 1. Okay, but I might throw in a Notion in there. It just depends on what I've got going on. But these are the fat quarters that you would receive. I do also have some donated fat quarters as well. There's a box over there of donated ones. So it just depends on, I can't tell you what you might get. Because again, it's a random draw. So I just go in my box and I grab one that I think you might like and I send it to you. That's just the way it works. So if you're interested in redeeming either your Notions or your fat quarter bundles, make sure you do your exclamation point redeem, and then again, the codes are down there, or you can do exclamation point prizes in chat. I'm just going to set these over here so they're kind of out of the way. Oops, that made a lot of noise. My bad. I'm sorry. One of the other things that I wanted to show you guys is a couple weeks ago, we had started on another butterfly block. I'd made one, and it was sitting up here for a while. And then we had started on a second one. The second one was called Gidget. The first one was called Pepper. The second one was called Gidget. I finished Gidget up yesterday on Sean's live stream, and so I wanted to show you guys what that looked like. So this is Gidget. I don't know if you guys can really see it with all the color, the bag coloring on my screen. I'm sorry about that. But these are both of them now. So I'm just trying to see if I can... Yeah, the lighting in here is terrible, so you guys probably can't see it, and it's like a blue on a silver, so it's really hard to see it. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and post it on our Instagram and our Facebook so you guys get a better idea of it. But that's what it looks like. Love the names. Yeah, I didn't pick out the names. They weren't mine. That's part of the pattern. I don't have a link to the pattern in chat, but if you do a Google search and you search for butterfly charm block. Butterfly charm block. You should be able to find it pretty quickly. It's 3 pieces. It's a paper piecing project. It's 3 pieces. Each block is a 5-inch square, and it makes 3 different ones. I have a bunch of them printed up in a bunch of pieces so that if we have time on different different days, that I'll grab them. So. Terry says, wow, can I have the box? You're cute. You're cute. No, because then I wouldn't have anything to give away. As it is, I've had to refill that box twice. I've had to refill it twice because I've run out of things. So yeah, and like I said, those are all things that I use myself. So I have found that they're helpful to me. So if they're helpful to me, I'm hoping that they're helpful to you guys as well. And as I continue to find more tools and things that I like using, like I said, I buy extras and I throw the extras in the box. And then that way, if I need the extra, I know where it's at. And plus, I can share it with you guys as well. So today we're going to be working on a project. It's one of my WIPs. And I can't tell you guys a lot about it. This particular project is going to be a gift for someone that's close to me, a friend, a family member. And it's very specific. They're going to know, this person... If I tell you what it is or I show you what it is, they're going to know it's for them. Because it's very, very specific to their likes. So I really can't say because I don't want to ruin the surprise. Or at least I'm going to try not to ruin the surprise. This particular pattern is very technical. It requires very straight lines. It requires very specific cuts of fabric. And it's been very intimidating for me, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get really excited about it. To give you guys an idea, it takes 60 3/4 inch black strips. Now this is not all 60. This is just a handful of them. But it takes 60 3/4 inch black strips. We're going to be making a couple of strip sets today with 1.5 inch colored pieces, 1 inch background pieces, and 3/4 inch black pieces. It's going to be crazy. But that's what we're going to be working on today. So hopefully I don't screw anything up. I do have black thread in the machine today because the pattern does specify that you should use a dark thread with this just to make sure that everything looks okay. So that's what we're going to be doing. So wish me luck, guys, because I feel like I'm just going to totally screw this up, but we're going to give it a go anywhere. We're going to give it a try. Deb says those bobbin keepers are great. Oh, great. But Deb, I'm glad to hear that you like them. I love them. So I have one, so I didn't show it, but I have one of these as well. So these are like little clips. I don't know if you guys can even see it on the camera. This one's a pink one. So it's really kind of, it's like blending in here. If I hold it against my black shirt, you might be able to see it. It's like a little clip, okay? And it goes on the top of the thread. So it goes over here like this, right? But it actually holds a bobbin. Now I put 2 bobbins on here, but you could just do one. So you put 1 bobbin on there, okay? And then you clip it to the top of the thread like that. And now your bobbin and your thread are connected up. And it's a pretty tight hold if you just do one. I mean, you can see I'm wiggling it around. It's not falling down. So you could actually hang this if you wanted to, or put it on one of your things, or wherever you wanted to. But I put 2 because I always make 2 bobbins at a time. So then that way it kind of holds it tight so it doesn't actually hold anymore. It just kind of sits there. But that's what I do. And I have a bunch of them up here in my cabinet. But that's what I do. So that is another one of the notions that you might win. Terry says if you go to Lily LA, you can get the butterfly pattern. Thank you very much, Terry, for that. I appreciate you letting everybody know where that is at. Good morning, Beverly. Hi, how are you? It's so good to see you. Thanks so much for joining me. It's so good for you to be here with us. Yeah, Terry, sorry you can't post links. Yeah, Lucas, I think, is the only one that's allowed to post links, and unfortunately he's not here. So everybody, if you do a Google search and you do Lily Ella, you can find the butterfly pattern. Terry, if you want, you can post a picture. You can post that to our Facebook group. You can post links over there, and then people can go to our Facebook group and get it there. If you don't mind doing it there, that'd be great. Thank you so much for that. Yes, bobbin clips are awesome. I love them myself. They keep me organized because Lord knows I would be all over the place. I have containers that I hold bobbins in, but I like having, there's your primary colors, your black, your white, your red. I keep those. Those are the ones I use the most, so I actually keep those right in the cabinet. Everything else I have boxes for. And here, I'll show you guys really quickly. I have one back here. I have these little containers. It's a little plastic container, but it holds all of my bobbins in it. And you can see they're all lined up in there. I don't know if the camera is picking up any of this today. I don't have my glasses on, so I really can't see anything. But you can see that it lines them all up in there. I've got the empties and I've got the full ones as well. But I keep that for all my other ones that I don't use all the time. But these ones here, the black, the white, the red, I use those all the time. So I keep those there. Oh, okay. Sorry. Trying to get organized here. All right. So we're going to get started on our WIP today. Again, I can't tell you what it is. It's a surprise for a friend on the channel, and it's a very specific. You guys are going to be able to, as I start putting this thing together and as I'm picking it up again, you guys are going to start to see it coming together, and you'll probably be able to figure it out on your own. But for now, I'm trying to keep it a secret as long as I can. Jean, I got your request to join Facebook. I'll go ahead and get that approved to you later today. Normally, Lucas gets it approved for us right away, but he is obviously not here today. So I'll get that for you after the channel, after the stream today, okay? So thank you for joining us on Facebook. If you do !FB in chat, it'll give you a link to our Facebook group. You can also do !links at LINKS, and it'll give you a link to our Facebook and our Instagram. There's also links in the description box below. If Lucas was here, he'd be telling all you guys this in chat, I swear. Hi, Linda. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. All right, so we need to get started here. Let's go ahead and get going. Oh, I don't know what I did here. Uh-oh. Oh, my machine came unplugged. I was like, I thought I broke something. That would have been freaky. But it just came unplugged. That was really creepy. It's like, all of a sudden it just came unplugged. The machine turned off. It freaked me out for a second. Ooh. Scary. Scary there for a second. Oh, and I wanted to give a quick shout out. I haven't done that yet. Quick shout out to all of our new subscribers. Oh my goodness, look at this number. Whoa, where is it? Right there. Look at that number. 480. We started at 461 yesterday. Super. Thank you so much to all of our new subs. I hope you guys are in chat. Hello to you. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Please say hello in chat if you're comfortable doing that. I'd love to chat with you. Hang out with you, or if you're watching this later, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining us. We're getting so close to that 500 sub giveaway. You guys can't see it, but it's back here. That 500 sub giveaway, it's back here. You can't see it, but it's back there. It's a big one. You guys know for those big subscription milestones, I give away full-size project prizes. It's really exciting. So yeah, lots of fun for that. I see... Terry says I posted a link in the group now to get to breakfast. Thank you, Terry, so much. So yeah, if you want a link to, if you want us to get the link for the butterfly blocks, go to our Facebook group. You can get it there. I thought I saw somebody mention something about a shoulder. Yeah, Gazella, it sounds like you may have hurt your shoulder, and I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you're recovering. All right, let's get going here. How was everyone's week so far? What have you been up to? Have you been... I didn't see a whole lot of posts on our Facebook group this week, but that's okay. Sometimes you're just not able to do that, and that's okay. I'd love to hear what you guys are working on. I'd love to see pictures of it. I love it when you guys post pictures. It's so much fun to be able to share that stuff with you guys over there. So we have to make 2 strip sets. With a colored piece, which is one of these, and a black, which is over here. What is happening? So I'm just gonna grab one. I cut a bunch of them. I don't know exactly how many of them I cut. I just cut a bunch. I used my stripology ruler. Oh, you guys, that thing is awesome for cutting strips. It was really, really cool. I had a lot of fun with it. I really enjoyed it. I did not create a video for it on the channel, but I probably should to show you guys. Maybe I'll try and pull it out. I think I figured out that it's too big to fit on this table here, but maybe I'll make a quick video of it to show you guys what that looks like. So we're going to be doing some strip sets here. Gazelle says, Danny, I have a fracture in my shoulder. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, yuck. I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully you recover quickly. My stepdad had a major shoulder injury. Gosh, this was quite a few years ago now, but I know how long that took for him to recover, and I'm really sorry to hear that. And my uncle has had some shoulder issues as well, so I understand how horrible that can be. I'm really sorry to hear that. Take your time with recovery and make sure you do exactly what your doctors and your physical therapists tell you to do. Because they can be a long recovery process for sure. Katie says she loves the stripology ruler. Yeah, Katie, I got it for Christmas. It was a Christmas gift, and I had not had the opportunity to use it, but one of the reasons I wanted it was specifically for this project, because this project works with a lot of strip sets. And yeah, so I just pulled it out and actually unwrapped it like a week or 2 ago. No, longer than that. It was like a month ago. I have pulled it out to use it, and I love it. It is awesome. If you guys have a lot of strips that you need to do, I know it's a bit pricey. It's you know, it's a little expensive on the expensive side, but if you work with a lot of strips, it really made things easy. These 3/4 inch strips were really a challenge for me to try and cut, but that stripology ruler made it super easy. So the ruler only gives you 1/2 inch increments. So what I did was I cut all the pieces into 1.5 inch. and then I slid the ruler, so you don't have to move the fabric. You just slide the ruler over a little bit, and then I cut those 1.5 inch strips in half again, and that made my 3/4 inch strips. And it was like boom, 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 really quick and easy. Yeah, I was really, really impressed with it. All right. Elena says she has a June Taylor ruler, but it slips. She wishes she could afford the Stripology ruler. Well, you know, Melina, they make stickers, the grippy stickers. You can find them on Amazon. They make grippy stickers that you can just put on your ruler, and then that way you wouldn't have to buy a new ruler. I will tell you that the Stripology ruler has strips that run along each cut that make it so it doesn't slide, which was really, really helpful. I will say that. But if you can, maybe look into the stickers. That might be helpful. All right, so the directions say to press everything toward the colored fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and finger press this. And I had put the iron away because I didn't think I was going to need it, but I think I'm actually going to need it. So let me go ahead and pull the iron back out. Because these pieces are so tiny that I need to make sure that I get these seams nice and tight to try and sew the next one up. So I'm going to just finger press it first, real gently. Trying not to stretch the fabric too much, because with these long strips it can stretch quite a bit. So I'm trying really hard not to. Now there's tricks you can do, like you can sew them back and forth so that they don't stretch too much. I mean, obviously when you're running them through the machine, you don't want to pull on them to stretch them. You just kind of want to let the machine guide it. But the directions for this particular pattern say to make sure when I'm using these black strips that the black strips stay on top when I'm sewing, because that makes things easier. So I'm going to go ahead and finger press this open. Chloe says there's a spray too. Yeah, Chloe, you're right. There's a spray. I forgot about that. You're right. Alright, so now we're going to sew a background strip. 1 inch background strip to it. So this project, again, I can't tell you the name of the project because it is kind of obvious what it is, but I will tell you that we're making some strip sets, and then we're going to be cutting those strip sets on a 45-degree angle to make feathers. I can tell you that. Like I said, as we start to put this thing together, I think it's going to become obvious what it is. That won't be for quite a few weeks yet, but hopefully we're able to figure out what that is. Hi Teresa, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. She's gonna try her luck with the slot machine game. Good luck to ya. It's not always the most forgiving. Dawn yesterday on Sean's channel mentioned something about hugging the bot. I thought that was funny. I saw that. That was pretty funny. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Chloe says, I love the mystery. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see how this thing comes up together. I'm going to be working on it a little bit off camera too. So this is not a stream exclusive project. This is just basically a WIP at this point. But yeah, I'll try and keep you guys updated on what it looks like for sure. Lucas has not been on the stream since our 4th of July stream, so unfortunately all of our, well, I guess not unfortunately, it's still kind of fun. All of our slots are still the 4th of July themed icons, which I think is fine. A lot of fun. He's been really, really busy this summer. I'll get to see him later today. We've got a family function we're going to. He's basically an adopted member of the family at this point. We've got a family function we're going to be going to later today. So I'll get to see him later. Alright. This back over this way. Open it up like that. The directions say to make sure that you're pressing the away from the black fabric when you're doing this. So I'm just finger pressing this away from that black fabric just to kind of give it a little bit of a seam. I'm liking it so far. So what's everybody else working on today? I saw somebody, Kathy would mention something about something she was getting ready to finish up, something she started yesterday. Kathy, I apologize. I didn't read the whole message. I didn't see what it said as to what you were working on. You'll have to repeat that for me. What's everybody else working on today? On this beautiful Sunday morning. Wow, Gazella, congratulations on that win on the slaps. It's luck of the job. So, you know, good luck. Good job on that. Judy doesn't usually have very good luck. Kelly says she likes to see how people's projects progress over time. Oh, absolutely. And that's why I love the Facebook page, so where we can share those things. I love seeing what you guys are working on and how it's progressing. I love to see that stuff. It keeps me motivated to keep working. Deb says she's trying to cut borders the length of the fabric to avoid piecing the strips together. Oh, good luck to you, Deb. I hate doing that. It's such a pain for me. I end up just cutting, you know, making the strips and doing it that way because I find that to be the easiest way. But, you know, everybody does things differently. So good luck to you. I hope that works out well for you. All right, now another black strip. Elena says chores, then sewing. Husband, son, and granddaughter went fishing. Oh, that sounds like fun. How come they didn't take you with them? Or are you not a fisherman? I am not a fisherman, so I don't judge. Fishing is not my thing. I don't mind sitting in a boat. I love that part of it. If it is a boat. Or just sitting outside enjoying the weather. I don't mind that. But the whole worms and dead and fish thing, that does not appeal to me. It's not my cup of tea. My dad was an avid outdoorsman. He did fishing, he did hunting, not for sport, but actually for meat. Not necessarily to survive, obviously, but he did it during the hunting season for meat. But he loved fishing. He had a little fishing boat, and he would take us out on the river whenever we'd go to see him. That was always a treat. We loved hanging out on the boat with him. It was a little bitty fishing boat. every time we went, he had something new that he'd add to it. So the one time he came up with his own way for shade. He used 2 patio umbrellas that he bought at a resale store. He used 2 patio umbrellas in PVC piping in the middle of the boat. So we had two umbrellas. It was the funniest thing to look at, but it worked and it did the trick and it was inexpensive. So yeah, he always had something different every time we'd go. I miss the boat. Well, I mean, obviously I miss my dad quite a bit, but I miss the boat too. They wanted alone time. Oh, you wanted alone time, Melina? Yeah, no, I get that. Kelly says, due to time constraints, most of my quilting videos are part 1. No, I get you. I got you. Yeah. We do that with all of our live streams because we do everything on the channel, so I don't do a whole lot off the channel. Terry, did you get another new machine? I see some congratulations to you about a machine. Kathy's Facebook group. Yeah, so for those of you who are not aware, Kathy's Facebook group unfortunately got hacked. So she had to basically abandon her account and start a new one, which is unfortunate. I saw some messages about that. Hopefully you're able to get that figured out, Kathy. Alright. Flip this around again. Press it towards the background. Not really pressing, just finger pressing it for right now. I'll do a hard press once we're done. The strip set's looking pretty cool though. I really like it. It's really neat. Congratulations, Linda, on winning that heist. Get those extra thimbles in there. You trade those in for prizes. I was showing off some of those prizes at the beginning of the stream here. If you missed it, that's okay. You can catch the replay later. Right at the beginning of the stream shows you just a couple of prizes of what you could win. It is a random project, so you don't get to pick what you receive. I pick them for you. Weird music on right now. It's like an instrumental thing. It's kind of weird. I'm still listening to the same channel we were listening to last week. I thought that was a pretty fun channel. It was kind of upbeat and kind of bopping around. But right now it's a little bit of some weird music. We'll see if it stays that way. I might have to change the channel here soon. We'll see. There we go. Alright. Strip set is coming along so far. This is what I've got. Looks pretty cool so far. See the white with the 2 black? That looks pretty neat. We'll have to see how the rest of it comes along. Hi, Brenda. Good morning. Gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. I hope everything is going okay. I hope you're having an amazing summer so far. Welcome back to the channel. We've missed you. We are working on WIPs and UFOs today. I have got a bit of a WIP or UFO here. Actually, this would be a WIP, not a UFO yet. But I've got a bit of one here that I can't really share a whole lot of information about because it is a gift for a friend of the channel. A friend of mine and a friend of the channel. so I can't really give a whole lot of info about it. But you guys will get to see it as it comes together, so you'll probably be able to figure it out once it starts to come together a little bit more. Right now we're working on a strip set. A couple of them, actually. Remember, when you're working with strip sets, you don't want to pull, you don't want to stretch, you just want to hold. So I'm holding it way back here, and I'm just kind of guiding it into the machine. Actually, I'm not even guiding it, I'm just kind of holding it down. I'm letting the machine guide it so that it doesn't stretch on me. Working with these long fabrics, when they're on the grain like this, they can stretch really, really easily and distort it. So I don't want to stretch anything, I'm just kind of holding all the way back here. I do a lot of start and stop just to make sure that everything stays lined up nice and perfect. I don't like to sew at really fast speeds because I'm still not confident enough in my own skills and my own abilities to be able to sew at too fast of speeds. So I do have a machine that allows me to restrict the speed, because let's face it, my pedal is more of an on-off switch. So I have to have a machine that lets me regulate the speed. I basically treat the pedal on the machine the same as I treat the pedal on my car. It's basically an on-off switch as opposed to a speed regulator. I've got the machine set at about a medium speed. Sometimes I turn it up a little bit depending on what I'm doing. But I've got it at about a medium right now. I cannot tell you the name of the quilt, Teresa. For this one here that I'm working on, I cannot tell you because it is a surprise. And normally you would be able to say the name of the quilt and people wouldn't know what it is. You know, you have to look it up. But this specific quilt, it's very specific. It's a very specific design. It's a very specific artist. I can tell you who wrote the pattern. That would help maybe a little bit. I can tell you that the pattern is written by Jackie Robinson. I can tell you that. I can tell you the pattern is written by Jackie Robinson, but I can't tell you what the pattern is. Because like I said, it's very specific. It's a recreation of something. Very specific. So if you want to Google Jackie Robinson and look there, maybe you can figure out what it is. But please do not post it in chat. That's all I ask. If you figure out what it is, please do not post it in chat. I don't want to advertise it in any way. So. I'd like to try and keep it a secret and a surprise as long as I can. We'll see. We'll see how long that happens. I can tell you that the strip set that we're making is going to make feathers. That's what they're calling it anyway. They're calling them feather units, so I can tell you that. But like I said, once this thing starts to go together, you guys are, for those of you that are familiar with this particular artist, you're going to know right away what it is, including the person that this is supposed to be gifted to. So that's why I'm trying really hard to keep it a secret as long as I can. And I appreciate you guys helping me keep it a secret. Here's what the strip set looks like so far. It's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Alright. Now we're doing another black strip. The pattern calls for 60 or more, it says. 60 or more black 3/4 inch strips. They were crazy. There's definitely not 60 in here, but there's enough to get us moving, to get us started. But there's definitely not 60 here. But it's a very, very specific pattern. And I wish I could tell you what it is, but like I said, I want to try and keep it a secret as long as I can. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is based on it's a very specific design. It's a very specific artist that the design is from. But the pattern itself, so if you want to do a little bit of detective work, the pattern itself was written by a lady named Jackie Robinson. So you can Google her and see what she does and maybe figure it out. Yes, Dawn, exactly. If I sew crooked, the black will disappear. Yeah. The pattern does say that you have to be very careful sewing. It gives you some very specific instructions on how to make sure that the black does not disappear. And you've got to cut very accurate, and that's one of the reasons why this particular pattern has been so intimidating for me. Because you may have to make very accurate cuts with the strip sets being this thin. So I've had this pattern and this fabric and some of the pieces cut for probably almost a year. And I just kept like looking at it, staring at it, going, I'm not sure I can do this, I'm not sure I can do this, I'm not sure I can do this. So I finally just said, you know what, Dee, you just need to bite the bullet and trust your instincts, trust yourself, go slow, take your time, and just get it done. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, it's tricky for sure. Yeah, so the black strip is 3/4 inch, the background strips are 1 inch, and the colored strips are 1.5. That's a lot for sure. All right. Kelly says she's gonna head out. She's got laundry awaits. No problem, Kelly. We appreciate you popping in to say hello. I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. Thanks so much for stopping by. For those of you who don't already, make sure you go follow Kelly. Her and her husband do a lot. Her and her husband and her family do a lot of cruises, and so she likes to post a lot of pictures and videos of her cruises on her channel. If you do !Kelly in chat, it'll give you a link. Go over and give her a quick follow. If you are new to the channel and you are a content creator, please make sure you let me know. Send me an email so that I can make sure so that we can get a link set up for you on our channel. I like to support all of our content creators as much as possible. There is plenty of room on YouTube for everybody. So I'm not the competitive type of person where I'm not going to do that. In fact, I try and support our other channels as much as I can. So if you are interested in that, please send me an email, let me know. My email address is always in the description box below, or you could do !Email in chat to get a link to it. Actually, I don't know if it's a link. I think it's just the address, but. Teresa says, don't let the pattern scare you. If you put your mind to it, you can do anything. That is absolutely right, Teresa. 100%. I know I was just kind of being a little bit silly about it. Letting it intimidate me. But it is a piecing pattern. It's not a paper piecing pattern. There's nothing really crazy about it. It's just a lot of strip sets and a lot of little cuts, or a lot of little strips. So that was really the most intimidating part about the whole thing for me, is the cutting. And you guys, I'm not 100% accurate of a cutter. I try my best, but I'm not great at it. So that was the part that was a little intimidating for me. So hopefully, I'm sure it'll turn out as best as it's going to. And I'm not going to stress about it too much, because like I've always told you guys, the imperfections are what make it perfect. So that's the way I look at things, and I try to keep that my own advice. Hi Sandra, good morning. How are you? Thanks so much for joining us. Hi Cheryl. Good morning and welcome to the channel. I haven't seen your name pop up in our chat before, so good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see you. Sandra, I was telling everybody earlier on the channel, you'll have to watch the replay later, but I was showing everybody some of the prizes that you can win, and I was telling them about how you were actually the one that showed me how the bobbin clips actually clip together and make cool designs. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that that's what the little clip things on the edges were for until I watched you do it, and I was like, oh my goodness, so you taught me how to do that. So thank you. Background. Good morning, Shirley. Shirley from Around to It Quilts. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. If you haven't already, make sure you go check her out. She is so talented. Oh my goodness, so talented, and she is so helpful with all of her tips and tricks. I love watching her tips and tricks videos. They're so much fun. They're so much fun, and they're so educational. I've learned so much from her, so make sure you go check her out. Shirley, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So good to see you. Hi June, good morning. I think I said good morning to you already, but in case I didn't, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I mentioned it earlier, but we've got a family function later this afternoon, so I went ahead and made a salad for that. It's a little bit of my husband's family reunion. Not a lot of people from what I can tell. Most of them are out of town, so unfortunately it's not going to be a lot of people. But I did make a salad for it. For those of you who are familiar with the Chicago-based restaurant Portillo's, they have another restaurant in some locations have another restaurant inside of it called Barnelli's, which is basically pastas and salads. And one of the salads that Barnelli's makes is called a chopped salad. It's got ditalini noodles, which are the little circle ones. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It's got the little circle noodles in it. It's a really, really good salad. And so I make my version of that for parties. It actually came from my mom. My mom is actually the one that started it way back when I was a kid. And I kind of picked it up from her and put my own little twist on it. So good. Bacon and chicken, tomatoes, carrots. Oh gosh, it's so good. I cannot wait. Yes, Terry, you are correct. Sandra has a channel as well. Sandra is super duper helpful. So make sure you go check her out. I don't think I have a link to her channel on here yet, but we'll make sure to get one going. Well, Shirley, I'm sorry to hear that you had some health issues, but I'm really glad that you're feeling better. Sandra and I am glad to hear that you love the notions you receive. I'm really glad to hear that. We were showing off some of them earlier this morning. I didn't show all of them, only some of them. Give people kind of an idea of what they could win if they turn in their notions. For those of you who are watching this stream afterwards, I'm sorry that you couldn't join us. Unfortunately, the Thimbles program is only available to those that are watching live. So I'm really sorry that you weren't able to join us or join in on those prizes one of these days. But the subscriber giveaways that I do when we reach the 500 subs, which we're pretty close. When we reach 500 subs, I usually do a separate video for that, and I open that up to the entire channel. So that's not just a live thing, that's for everybody on the channel. So at least you'll get to look forward to that. It's open to residents of the US and Canada. All of my prizes are open to US residents in Canada. Dawn says, snack time. And Dawn, never apologize for lurking. Lurking is fine by me. I'm just glad you're here hanging out with us. I'm grateful for you for hanging out with us or watching the stream afterwards or whatever participation you're able to have in the channel. I am always grateful for. And that goes not just for you, but for everybody. Sean and I was on Sean's channel yesterday doing a live stream, which, again, thank you to him. I know I've said it a few times, but thank you again to him for inviting me and having me on. It was so much fun. I always love hanging out with him. He's so much fun. Did I just hear somebody redeem something? What was I saying? Oh, we were talking about our subscribers and how much we I shouldn't say we find it funny because that sounds, you know, disrespectful, but we get a kick out of it when people show up to the stream late and they apologize for showing up late, and we're like, it's fine, no need to apologize. You're just here. We're just glad that you're here to hang out with us. I mean, you know, we're just happy you're here. You know, whether you're here for 5 minutes or 5 hours, it doesn't matter to us, as long as you're here having a good time. And I am pressing this the wrong way. Thought it was. The directions say to make sure you press away from the black fabric. So, trying to make sure. I'm just finger pressing. I'm not doing anything hard pressing wise. I'm just finger pressing. So, I'm just trying to make sure I'm pressing it correctly. But yeah, even the same goes for lurking. I mean, I am grateful for, you know, however you're able to watch, whether you're watching it now live and lurking, whether you're watching the replay later, whether you're skipping through to just the good parts, that's fine too. I understand and I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to spend a little bit of time with me. I really, truly appreciate that. A couple of you have mentioned that you look forward to, oh wow, that's really thin. A couple of you have mentioned that you really look forward to the streams every week, and I am so grateful for that because I really look forward to them myself. Oh, that's really thin. I look forward to it as well, and so I'm really honored that you guys look forward to it and get excited about it. Alright, another black one. Lots of black strips. I have no idea how many are in this bag. I'm actually doing two quilts. Two different patterns, same artist. Same artist, same person that developed the patterns. But I'm doing two of them. One in orange colors, which is the one we're working on right now, and another one in purples and blues. So I actually needed 120 black strips. I had to cut up 3 yards of 3/4 inch black strips. I didn't cut up the whole thing. I think I only got like halfway through it before I'm like, okay, my arm hurts. So I only cut up enough probably to do this project for a little while. There may even be enough there to do this particular quilt. But yeah, I'm going to need to do more at some point. Terry says she loves the Sunday morning live, Danny. Oh, well, thank you so much for that, Terry. Like I said, I really enjoy spending the time with you guys. I'm so grateful that you guys enjoy spending the time with me. There are some days where I really don't get why you would, why you would want to, if I'm being honest about it, but I truly appreciate it. I mean, I know I push subscriber goals and things like that, but honestly, none of that is really that as important as just kind of hanging out with you guys. The whole reason, and I told Sean this on his channel yesterday, but the whole reason I started this channel was just to make friends. Just to make friends in the quilting community, kind of feed off your guys' energy a little bit, your creativeness, keep myself in check, keep myself motivated to create all these wonderful projects, things like that. So, and I'm totally achieving that goal for sure. 100%. So everything else after that is really just a bonus. You know, having all the subscribers is really great, but it's not my highest priority. My highest priority is just hanging out with you guys, having a good time, chatting along. Spending some time with some friends. That is all this channel is about. Well, that making mistakes, because we both know I'm good at that. We all know I'm good at that. Yesterday, oh my gosh, I had to pull out the co-host, who it's official. Jack has now become the co-host of this show. We had to pull out the co-host yesterday quite a few times. I think it is just because it was so early and my brain really wasn't switched on yet. At least that's the excuse I'm going to go with. Hopefully we don't have to do that today. Speaking of pulling out the co-host, you guys remember last week when we did the Tropics project and I figured out I had sewn all of those blocks up wrong. After the stream, I pulled them all apart, every single one of them apart, sewed them all back together, so we're good to go on that project. So the next time we pick up that one, we'll be right back where we left off with the blocks correctly. So that was a lot of fun. And learning new things. Absolutely, Teresa. The community has taught me so many things and taught me, and the hiccups, I'm sorry. It's taught me so many things and has helped me hone in on my skills better. You guys give me the confidence to do quilts like this particular project we're working on that's very technical. You know, or I wouldn't say technical, it's very precise. So you guys are the ones that give me the confidence to do these types of things, and I'm just so grateful for that. So Steve, I can't even tell you guys how grateful I am for that. Dawn says my hugging the cloud body or can punch the cloud body. Well, that's not very nice, Dawn. I'm not sure that's going to help improve your odds, but you know, you can give it a try. Terry says, imagine if there was no co-host. We would have to dump our makes in the trash or try to use a fork. That is true. We should be grateful to him that he allows us to fix our mistakes. That is for sure. Or as Bob Ross would call them, our happy accidents. I don't know about you, but when I make an accident, I'm not happy about it. And now we're getting into more of the head bobbin music. Dawn. Oh no, Linda kicked the bot too. Geez, be nice to the poor bot. My goodness, I feel bad for him today. Poor bot. Poor thing. People are not happy with him today. My goodness. Our gamblers are not happy with him today. Just remember, it's not real money. There's nothing real, you know, you guys aren't losing anything for real. All right. Here. Cheryl wants to know, how do I play the thimble game? Well, Cheryl, that depends on which thimble game you want to play, hon. There are 2 games to play. You can play the slots game or the heist game. The heist game does have a cooldown period, so you do have to wait a little bit when you play that one. But the slots game is an instantaneous thing. So what you do is you type in exclamation point slots into chat. You do exclamation point slots space and then the amount of thimbles you're willing to risk. You're going to want to check your balance to see how many thimbles you've got first, so you know how many you've got to play with. You can do that by doing exclamation point thimbles in chat. That'll tell you how many you have. And then you can figure out how many you want to play with. And then the computer just runs a slot machine game basically and tells you if you win or lose. So just be careful because you can lose, as everybody is saying there. Quite a few losses today, it seems. So just be careful with that. And if Lucas was here, usually if you guys lose, he gives them back to you. Because he can do that. I can do that too. It would take me away from what I'm doing here. Sometimes it feels like real money. Yes, it does, Terry. I feel like somebody says hi to Sean. Is Sean in the chat? Hi, Sean. Good morning. You are in the chat. Good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us. And I've said it 4 or 5 times now, but I'm not sure if you heard me, but I was just thanking you 4 or 5 times now for having me on your channel yesterday. It's so much fun. I'm always honored when other creators ask me to be a part of their channel. It's such an honor. So thank you for that. I had so much fun. I finished up the butterfly block I was working on. It's right here. You probably can't see it very well on the channel because of the way the colors are. But I did finish that up, so there it is. You were working on a Hunter Star project. I loved your fabric choices. They were really pretty. So thanks for that. A bunch of new subscribers, a bunch of your community members have come over and joined our community the last couple of days, so thank you to them and welcome to them. I hope they have as much fun as we do. Dawn says, the bot is discriminating against me winning. It's not you, Dawn. I promise you. I think the bot may have had a rough night. I think it might have had a rough night, and it's not feeling very, gracious today. And I think that's all it is. I really do. I think that's all it is. And Dawn's like, the bot hates me. I don't think it's you, Dawn. I think it hates everyone equally. I think it just hates everybody equally. Poor bot. That poor bot. It's so much grief. I'm just assuming it's a he. Maybe I should go with a they. They. AI needs tweaked. And that's funny because I actually increased the odds. A couple weeks ago, I actually went in and increased the odds for winning. I increased the odds for winning the heist game, but I don't think that I can actually increase the odds for the slots machine game. I think it's just kind of the luck of the draw. And I do know that Lucas has made sure that there are a lot more winning commands than there are losing ones. I do know that. Because you actually have to go in and program in all the commands. But I do know that there are way more winning commands than there are losing ones. So, for whatever reason, the bot is just pulling the losing ones. Sorry about that. I'll see if I can find an option to increase your odds a little bit more. Teresa says it needs to get off the hangover. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I didn't see it last night when I was out, but maybe it was with me. I'm not sure. Mr. Wizard and I went out last night to see a band, one of our favorite bands. We went up there to hang out with them for a little while. I didn't get home super late. I think we got home by 10, I think. We got to go see them. I did post a really quick snippet of them on my Instagram. I like to try and post things on Instagram that aren't just sewing related. I try and let you guys know what I'm up to with all my whenever I go on an excursion. But like I said, on my post, music is also a hobby, so, and I like to encourage all hobbies, not just sewing. So I wanted to share that with you guys real quick. If you guys are in the upper Midwest area, Northern Illinois area, and you are into live music, make sure you check out that particular band. They're pretty good. We've seen them a few times. We enjoy them. They are super talented, and they have a lot of fun up on stage, so you can tell they really enjoy what they're doing. Dawn goes, that's it, get the bot drunk. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Yes, yesterday, the music concert. Yeah, that was yesterday. I didn't do anything big and crazy about it, just a little snippet. Too funny. Too funny. Alright, black. Black again. Black is back. Too funny. I need to get the bot drunk. That's a good one. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be in your favor or not, but you can give it a go. I mean, good luck to you. Too funny. See, this is what happens when Lucas isn't here. You guys try to get the bot drunk. He's going to get a kick out of that. I'll tell him later. I'm going to see him after he gets off of work. He gets off of work at 12:30 today, so he won't be able to join our stream, but I get to see him later. For our family event and our family function, and so I'll let him know that you guys tried to get the bot drunk. That's funny. I wonder if in chat you could tell the AI to be drunk. I mean, I could set up a command for it. I could totally do it. I could do that. That could be funny. Because I can set up custom commands, so I could set up some really fun ones for the bot. I might do that. That could be fun. I'm intriguing, right? Yeah, I could be fun. They would have to be custom commands. I couldn't do them randomly, like the heist game and stuff like that. But yeah, we could do something fun for sure. The other thing we can set up is quotes, which is kind of weird. But like if we have mannerisms, like hell in a handbasket. We can actually lock that in as a quote in the chat, and so that every time you would do exclamation point quote and then the number, it would play that. It would give us that particular quote. I don't have anything set up for that, but we could do that too. Terry says, I used to ask Alexa, are you drunk? And she would answer like she was insulted. This is hysterical. Oh my god. I know that the iPhone with what is the one for the iPhone? Siri. I know that they had put in some Apple had put in some programming for Siri for certain things, like if you asked her to marry you or things like that. She would have some weird responses for some fun stuff, but that's funny. She would answer like she was insulted. That's funny. Bots just reminding everybody to like and subscribe. Obviously, if you're a member of the chat, you have already subscribed. But if you're not a member of the chat, you'd like to be, make sure you do so. You do subscribe. Or if you're watching this later on and you haven't already, and if you think you are subscribed to the channel, if you guys could just, and you're not watching this live and you're not part of the chat, If you could just go over to the channel and just double check and make sure that you are subscribed, because I've had a lot of people that have reached out to me and said, hey Danny, I thought I was subscribed to your channel and it turned out I wasn't. So if you want to just go over there, double check real quick, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel already. That would help us out. We're trying desperately to get to that 500 goal, because I've got a pretty big prize for you guys when we get there. And when we do get to 500 subs, it opens up a couple of other features on YouTube, which is really exciting. Some custom emotes that we can start setting, that we can look into and start setting up, as well as some other things to financially help the channel as well. There's no ad revenue, but there are other things that can be done as well. So those are all things that we want to take a look at, take advantage of when we can, to help fuel new projects in the channel. Speaking of new projects, I broke down and I ordered some more fabric. I know I really don't need more fabric for sure, but I did buy some for a new project, because we're going to be finishing up the Tropics project here soon, and I've got one in the queue already, but I wanted to have another one ready because the Table Runner project is not going to take us too long to do. So I have another one that I've ordered, and I thought it was going to be here this weekend, but it hasn't shown up yet, so must still be on its way. Dawn says, Danny, if we want to send you something via mail, do we email you? Dawn, if you don't already have my home address, yes, you can email me. Of course, you do not need to send me anything at all, but yes, if you would like my home address and you don't already have it, please email me and I will be happy to send it to you, of course. And what is my favorite color? Well, Dawn, my favorite color is purple. My number one favorite color is purple. But my second favorite color is lime green. So purple and lime green are my actual two favorite colors. Although orange is a very close third. A bright, bright orange is a very close third. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but whenever I sign off on my stream, before I turn the live chat off, I always thank you guys for watching, and I go in chat and I give you hearts. And the heart's red for love, because I love you guys so much. And then the other three are my three favorite colors: purple, green, and orange. Any of those colors will work. Are my favorites. But yes, if you're looking for my home address and you want to send me something, go ahead and email me. You can do ! email in chat for my email address, or it's in the description box below. I try and check my email as much as I possibly can. I mean, I do get notifications usually on my phone, but every once in a while, you know, my phone or Google decides it's going to be stupid and doesn't give me the notification, so. Back on top. Just flip this over. Again. You're going to be making me a surprise. Oh, well, now I'm intrigued, Dawn, but, you know, just for the record, because I feel like I have to say, you don't have to make me anything, although whatever it is, I'm sure I will love it, and I will appreciate it forever and ever and ever, but you really don't have to. And I know you're going to say, I don't have to, I just want to, and that's fine, but like I said, I feel like I'm obligated to tell you that you nor anyone else on the channel ever needs to send me anything. Send me anything or do anything for me, other than just come and hang out. Thank you, Gazella. She's reminding everybody to give a thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Terry, 479. Oh, I thought I was at 480 this morning. Why does it still say 457 on the screen? I must have done something wrong. Okay, Dawn, she said she's going to be making me a surprise. Okay, well, I will anxiously await it. And if you would like me to show it on the channel, just let me know. If you would prefer I keep it to myself, I can do that as well. But I anxiously await it. Thank you. Aw, Dawn says I'm very deserving of it. Well, Dawn, I don't necessarily agree with you on that, but I do appreciate the sentiment. Thank you. Sean says, I need to hug the bot that might correct the count. Okay, well, let me try. Let me try. See, but, you know, I gotta tell you, I don't usually have very good luck with the bot, but I will try. For you guys, I will try. We'll see if that works. I blame Lucas. He's not here, so I blame him. Not responding to you either. EB Fuse Ultra on where to get it. It's interfacing. No, I have not. But is that the interfacing that Sean had mentioned on his channel yesterday, Terry? Sean had mentioned an interfacing that he uses for t-shirt quilts on his channel yesterday, and I didn't write it down. And Sean, if you are still with us and in chat, if you could actually type that into chat, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, I'll send you a note later on and ask you for it again. I buy T-Stable, I think it's called, but it's super expensive. Super, super duper expensive. Because that's all I've ever known to use. But if there's something else out there that is less expensive that I can use, I need to take a look at it. I don't do a lot of t-shirt quilts, definitely not as many as Sean has done, but I am working on that t-shirt quilt, those table runners, and I'm not sure that the amount of interfacing that I bought is going to be enough for both pieces, so we're going to have to wait and see. Oh no, Chloe, I'm so sorry to hear that, but by the same token, I feel your pain. Remember last week when I did that with the Tropics project? So I understand what you're going through. The good news is it didn't take me too long to pull them all apart and put them back together, so hopefully it doesn't take you too long to do the same. Just, you know, say hello to the co-host for us. Gazelle says she has to go. See you later. No problem, Gazelle. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really, really help. Oh, thank you, Teresa. P44F Pelion. I'm going to need to write that down. Thank you very much for that. P44F Pelion. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. I wrote that down, so now I can take a look for that. Oh boy, Terry says she lost 6,000 thimbles today. My goodness. Who took them? The bot did. It's like he's like the cookie monster of thimbles. He is like the cookie monster of thimbles. He just says yum 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 to the thimbles. Wow, 6,000 of them. That's quite a few. That's a few. This is actually getting to a point where I should probably consider giving this a hard press because the finger pressing isn't holding out as well as I would like. Still working through it here. Hi, June. Thanks so much for joining us today. The Spot has expensive taste. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Like anything else quilting related, it costs a lot. It's not a cheap hobby, any way you look at it. Why does that look so much smaller? Oh, well, guys, look at that. I think I made my first mistake. I think I grabbed the wrong size piece of this one colored strip here, because that colored strip is a little bit thinner than the other one. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to pull that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and keep going, and I'm going to make myself a note that I need to pull that strip out, put a new one in there. So, yay. Fun for me. So yeah, the co-host will be out later. Dawn is now lurking again. No problem, Dawn. We understand. Thank you so much for joining us today. So yeah, see guys, even I am not immune to the co-host. He will be out later. I grabbed the wrong size strip. And I'll need to pull that out and replace it. And I will do that later. The good news is this is a strip set, so it's going to be fairly easy to pull out and put back in. Apparently there are 1 inch and 1.5 inch strips, or 1 1/4 or something. Looks like there's 1 1/4 and 1.5 inch strips, and I grabbed the wrong size. So I can tell it's it's much thinner than the other ones, so. I need to pull that out. Later on. Terry says she got some of her thimbles back. That's good, Terry. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you were able to get some of them back. Maybe the bot has decided to warm up to people again. I'm not sure. These little bitty strips they're a little bit of a challenge to work with, that's for sure. And I knew they would be going into this. I knew this wasn't going to be easy. But so far, I've only made the one mistake, and it's just because I grabbed the wrong size strip. So far, everything else is coming out good thus far, but I am knocking on wood. Because if it were not for bad luck, I would not have any luck at all, so. Alright. Sorry guys, just trying to concentrate here a little bit on this piece here. I went a little quiet there for a moment. My apologies. Next week, I do not have it up on the channel yet, but next week I think we're going to go back to our Home Sweet Home project. That is the patriotic quilt pattern that we started on 4th of July, or 4th of July weekend, I should say. We're going to go back to that one. We were doing some cutting and sewing on that one, so it's going to be a little while yet before we get to anything of substance with that one. It's a Liberty box for Fat Quarter Shop. I think it was last year. Last year's Liberty box. So we're going to get going on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then we'll pick up on our table runners again. I've got, like I mentioned earlier, that I bought the interfacing to go with that, so we'll get those all mounted up and trimmed down. Those won't take too long to do, so it'll be a pretty quick project for us. Hi Agnes, good morning. Well, Chloe, if you want to start with us, you absolutely can. We started it on the channel. We've only gotten through part 1, so you're welcome to sew along with us. She said she needs to start the Home Sweet Home. You're welcome to sew along with us. All we did last week, or last time we were together, was iron up some of our fat quarters and start cutting up the pieces for that. We've got a lot of cutting to do, so it's gonna be a couple of streams yet before we start sewing. Terry says she found the EB fusing. It's from Emmeline Bags. Oh, okay. I'm glad you were able to find it. Glad you were able to find it. I skipped my eggs for breakfast this morning. I think I mentioned to you guys last week, usually I have eggs before I stream. I have a couple of eggs which are high in protein. And so this morning I skipped that because Mr. Wizard bought muffins at the store yesterday. So I had a muffin for lunch today instead. And boy, did that lack the protein I needed, because now I'm hungry again. My stomach is reminding me that it did not get any protein this morning. To grab a snack after our stream before our family event today. She's a cyber gypsy. Terry says it's a heavy interfacing. She says she doesn't remember whose channel she heard it from because she's a cyber gypsy. It's so funny. Oh, Terry, you are so funny. Cyber gypsy. That's funny. Alright, just finger pressing this up. I will give this all a nice hard press once I'm done. I just pull out this one piece, so I'm not going to bother pressing it just yet, since I'm going to have to pull it out anyway. It would not be this channel unless I had to pull the co-host out. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, we have decided to rename Jack. He used to be the divorce lawyer, which I thought was hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. Well, he has recently been renamed the co-host of the channel. In fact, Sean said he might steal that from me, and he might start renaming his live streams to Brekkie with Sean and his co-host Jack. He might do that with Jack and Friends. Yeah. He got a real kick out of that yesterday, so I thought that was funny myself. So he said he might steal that from me, which is fine. Thank you, Terry. She says these colors are beautiful. Yeah, this was these are absolutely gorgeous colors. I've actually have quite a bit of this fabric line because I love this is a grunge fabric line, and it's the autumn colors, and I just absolutely love it. I've used it a couple times with a couple of other projects. And for this particular project, I thought the colors were going to go really, really well. Actually, these are the colors that were recommended for... Were these the colors that were recommended? No, these were not the colors that were recommended. It was a different one that was the... These are not recommended for the... These are not on the... pattern, but I did find pictures of these colors used in this pattern. So I opted for these colors instead of the ones in the pattern because I think these are more realistic to the actual thing that this is based on. And again, I apologize for being kind of cryptic about this project, but it's a very, very specific pattern. As it starts to come together, you guys are going to absolutely know what it is, I'm sure. But it's a very specific pattern, and it's for someone who's a member, a follower of the channel. They're a close friend of mine, and they're a follower of the channel, and so I'm trying really hard not to give it away. I'm trying to keep it a surprise because they're going to know. The second I say what this is, they're going to know it's for them because it's that specific. So it's a bit of a challenge to try and not say what it is. And I'm making two of them, actually. There's this one, and then there's a second one that's different, but the same concept. I know, it's all very cryptic. I know, I'm sorry. I hope you guys enjoy the cryptic nature of it a little bit, because I'm really trying really, really hard to keep it a secret. Yes, and I mean, I've given you guys the name of the developer of the pattern, because this is not a traditional. I mean, this is based off a specific design, and so there was somebody that actually wrote the pattern for it. So I've given you their name. So if you really want to know what it is, you could probably do a little bit of detective work online and figure it out, or at least get an idea of what it is. But if you do, that's fine. Just please, all I ask is that you don't post it in chat. Let's try and keep it a surprise as long as we can. Thank you, Terry. Terry says she thinks she knows what it is, but she has a bad habit of ruining surprises, so she's going to try really hard to keep quiet. Well, I appreciate that, Terry. I truly do. Like I said, if you guys want to go and figure it out on your own, you absolutely can, and it will become obvious as the design starts to come together, especially if you're familiar with this particular design. I guess is probably the best way to do it for right now. You're gonna know, and the person that this is for is gonna know too. So I'm hoping, my goal is to have this done by Christmas, if not before then. But that is the goal, is to have it done by Christmas. I'd actually like to have them both done by Christmas, but that might be a lofty goal. That might be an unrealistic goal. We'll just have to wait and see. Hi, Linda Denton. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you? I don't think I've seen your name pop up in chat before. It looks like she was checking out her thimble count there. Congratulations to you. It looks like you've got 50 thimbles, so you've been watching for a little while now. Just a reminder, as you participate in chat, you're earning some more thimbles that way. And you can also play some of our games in chat as well. Welcome to the channel. I'm not sure how long you've been a member of the channel, but I don't recall seeing your name before. So, and if I have seen it before and I just don't remember it, I apologize for that too, because I have a horrible memory. That's why I write everything down, because I have a tendency to forget things. So if you've been in chat before and you've been, you know, a member of the channel forever and I just forgot, I apologize. Terry says she spoils her own surprises all the time. My husband, you know, Mr. Wizard does that. He doesn't realize that things are supposed to be a surprise, and then he starts talking about them and giving them away. And I'm like, that was supposed to be a surprise. He's like, well, I didn't know that. So now I have to be really careful with him when I say things. I'm like, this is supposed to be a surprise. Don't tell anybody. Hi, Patty. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. It's so good to see you. I feel like it's been forever since I've chatted with you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having an amazing summer. Now, I don't know why, but when I looked at this pattern, I thought this strip set was going to be much bigger than it is. I don't know if that's just because of the animations in the pattern made it look bigger or what, but it's much smaller than I thought it was going to be. Because this is the last strip we need for this particular strip set. We have to actually make 2 of these, so I'm going to have to put another one together. Another day, but yeah, much smaller than I thought it was. Let's see. Oh, look at that, Terry. You won some thimbles. So did Chloe. Congratulations. Oh, sorry, Agnes. Looks like you lost some thimbles, but then it looks like you gained them back in the thimble race for the heist game. So congratulations. So you didn't actually lose anything. So that's good. That actually worked out well, didn't it? And finishing up this strip is going to be perfect time because we are just about at the end of our time here. I can start pulling out that one strip, and we'll just have to finish it off camera. Terry, what is Streamlabs doing? I don't know. I think we've decided that it's drunk. I think that's what we've decided. I think we've decided that for whatever reason, Streamlabs is drunk and it just needs to go home. Streamlabs, you're drunk, go home. Call a cab, go home. Wow, Terry, look how many thimbles you've got. 112,000 thimbles. And she's complaining that she lost 6,000 thimbles today. Really? Really? I think you can afford it. Or was that Dawn that was complaining about losing the thimbles? I don't remember now. I told you guys I have a horrible memory. Sarah says, let me. She's yelling at Lucas. He's not even here. She's still yelling at him. I told you, we blame him. It's his fault. I don't know what he did, but it's his fault. But yeah, he's off teaching little kids how to swim. That is his job for the summer. He's a swim instructor and a lifeguard. He and I had a brief conversation about what's going to happen at the end of summer, and the gist of it is that he has no idea, and he's a little concerned about it. So, you know, that's kind of the situation that a lot of college kids are in right now, is they're kind of worried about what they're going to do with what they're going to do. So, all right, so this is the strip set. As you guys can see, this strip here is smaller than the other two colored ones, and that's because I grabbed the wrong size. But you can see what the strip set looks like. The colors are off, but this is a dark orange. Well, I guess it does show dark orange on the screen. This is a yellow. It actually shows us more of an orange. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the co-host. Everybody, please put up your hands and welcome the co-host to the show, Mr. Jack. We are going to pull him out so that I can start pulling these pieces apart, because I have to pull this strip out. So, yep. Chloe says pretty. Thank you, Chloe. Yeah, I really like these colors. I love this color set. I have a couple of things that I've made with it so far, and I have one more that's going to be coming up here in the fall. We're going to make another table runner in the fall. That one's going to be an applique project, so I'm really excited to try that out. I've never done an applique before. Dawn says those colors are gorgeous. Well, thank you, Dawn. I appreciate that. I have to agree with you. They are very pretty. There we go. Looks like we've got about 10 minutes left of the stream, which is probably just enough time for me to pull out this strip. Make sure you guys get in your last heist game if you can, or put those last slot machine games in if you can. Reminds you of a monarch butterfly. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. It's not a butterfly, I can tell you that. This pattern is most definitely not a butterfly. I did tell you guys before that this particular strip set, they call it the feather units, so it is supposed to represent feathers. But I can guarantee you that this is not a butterfly. In fact, I can guarantee you that this is not an animal of any kind. It is based off of a real life object. Probably the best word I can use to describe it right now. But that's about all I can tell you guys, because I like I said, I really don't want to give it away. So too many clues would give it away, I think. So, if nothing else, it'll be fun to keep guessing. But the problem is that if you guess it and you're right, I still can't tell you if you're right or not, because then it would give it away. So, I can, however, answer emails. So if you think you know what it is and you want to know if you're right or wrong, you can absolutely email me and I can tell you. But as long as you promise not to say anything about it in chat or reveal what it actually is, I am happy to answer that for you if it's really making you crazy not knowing what it is and you want to guess. I can absolutely email. You can email me, and I will answer honestly through email. But I'm wagering to guess that unless you looked up the author of the pattern, you're probably not going to be able to guess it just yet. It's going to take a little bit more of being put together to be able to guess what it is. That's going to be my guess. Okay, now I'm going to actually put a pin on this side so that I know where I need to put it back to. Right. Pull out the other side now. Congrats, Cheryl. Looks like you've already got 1,300 thimbles. So that's awesome that you've managed to earn that many so far today. Congratulations. See, it's pretty easy to learn them, but you know, like I said, the bot can be unforgiving sometimes. So you just have to be careful. Gamble carefully until you get enough that you can lose 6,000 like some people did today. My goodness. And 10,000 thimbles seems like a really lot of thimbles that you're going to have to earn in order to get to that first prize, but I promise you, you will get there quickly. You can get there pretty quickly with those slots games especially. You can ask any one of our channel members. It only takes a couple of streams for you to get that many thimbles, so. I do have to give it to you. I have to make it a little bit of a challenge, you know, so I can't give them to you, you know, too early. But I assure you, you can earn those thimbles pretty quickly. In fact, we've had people that have come in and played the slots game one time, and the payout on the slots game has earned them enough thimbles to be able to cash in their prize. So it can be done. It has been done. So don't be discouraged. And the thimbles roll over. You do not lose them at the end of the stream. That's been another question that people have asked before. You do not lose them. The second you start earning thimbles, you get to keep those thimbles every time we have a live stream. They roll over to the next one. Even if you have to skip a couple of weeks, or you don't come back for a month, or you don't come back for a year, your thimbles will always be there. I do not clear them out. I had thought about doing that at the beginning of the year, giving everybody a fresh start, and I decided that just really wasn't fair to those of the subscribers that have been saving up their thimbles for a while. So I opted not to do that, and I will not do that. I decided that that's not fair. So as long as there's no computer glitches, you will continue to earn your thimbles and keep them. There has been a couple of glitches where people have lost them, but Lucas and I have tried to make that right as best we can by ordering them back. Looks like some people are... Terry says, okay, I quit playing. I think she won all of her thimbles back. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you won them back. You broke even this stream. Can't win them all. Just pulling this strip out, this particular strip. So apparently this color actually has different size strips that I had to cut, and I didn't realize it when I pulled them. And so this strip that I used is about 1/4 of an inch too short. So I have to pull it out and replace it with another one. Just a reminder again, I know I said it at the beginning of the stream, but if you're not already and you'd like to be a member of our Facebook group, you can do !FB in chat for a link, or there is a link in the description box of this video as well. Go over and subscribe. It is a private channel, so you do have to gain access. However, I also have it set up so that if you are friends with any other member of the group, you're automatically approved. So I figure if they trust you, then I trust you. Is basically, if they know you're not a bot, then I know you're not a bot. It's basically the way it works. And then you can go in there and post pictures of what you're working on. I love seeing the pictures of what you guys are working on. It keeps me motivated. Keeps my creative juices flowing. Terry's asked, wouldn't it be nice to break even every day in life? Yeah, it really would, Terry. But you know, you gotta take the good with the bad, because that's kind of what makes life interesting, right? If we always broke even, then why would we bother taking risks if we just broke even? So. Almost done. Alright, there we go. Grab a pin to put in the end of this one. I put a pin in the end of it just so I know which strip I need to sew to with these strip tubes. Sometimes I forget. I know there's stitching marks on it, but you know, that's way too obvious for me. So, pull that out. Grab this one off the floor. Slide back in my chair. Okay. This one back. This is actually the one I needed. And this is the one I grabbed. Oops, to me. Back. Go. The hardest part about this pattern, when I was putting it all the pieces together and stuff, is trying to figure out what colors went where. Because, like I said, the pattern was written for, this particular pattern was written for shades of blue. So, shades of blue and green. And so it was a little bit of a challenge to figure out what colors I wanted to go with to represent the different colors. So I had to kind of, actually had to find a picture of what the quilt actually looked like from the designer of the pattern, so that I could figure out which colors I wanted to represent which ones. So it was a bit of a challenge, to say the least. Alright. Well, guys, it looks like it's 12:30, so I don't want to keep you guys any longer than I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, but I'm going to go ahead and fix this strip. So then that way when we come back the next time we will look at this project, this strip is all fixed up and ready to go. I did that same thing with the Tropics project as well. I fixed my error and I went back and kind of reset so that when we came back in, it was back to where we had originally started. So I want to thank you guys again so much for joining me today. Bye, Kathy. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm just getting ready to take off myself, so thank you for that. If you guys haven't already, check out any of our other content creator friends. Kathy has her own channel. She shares it with Sandra. Sandra has her own channel as well. Susan has a channel. I know she wasn't in chat today, but she has her own channel. Dawn has her own blog and her own Instagram. I think she has a channel too, but I'm not sure if she posts to it or not. Make sure you check her out. Terry does as well. Kelly has her own. Gosh, there's so many of our content creator friends. Sean is obviously, he has his own. I was on his channel yesterday, so thank you again to him so much for that. So please go check out all of those ladies and gentlemen. And you know, if you're looking for new channels, I keep my memberships, or I keep all of my memberships valid. So if you want to see who I'm watching, you can just go onto our YouTube page, go all the way down to the bottom, and I have my recommendations down there. So there's some of them down there. I actually need to update it for more. So if you're looking for other people to follow or hang out with or check out, make sure you go down, back to our homepage for our channel and scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says Danny's Friends, and you can check out as many of them there. Like I said, I haven't been in there for a little while, so I need to update it again, but there's a bunch of them in there too. Alright guys, thanks again so much for joining me today. I hope your Sunday turns out to be a great day. I hope the weather stays nice for you again. Again, if you're in the upper Midwest, please be very, very careful this week. We're in a major heat wave this week. It's going to be nasty out there. Stay indoors if you can, especially if you have health concerns, and check on all of your friends and family who have them as well. And I will see you guys all back here next Sunday, where we're going to be working on our Home Sweet Home project again. We're going to bring that one back to the rotation. I'll have all that set up on the channel later this week sometime. Probably by the end of the week, I'm sure. Alright guys, talk to you again soon. Thank you again. I can't say that enough, really. I'll see you guys again really soon. Bye-bye for now.